Alright, how you doing, man? Give us some background info on the show.
Well, first, I'm Wells Gregory. I go to the East Bay Met in Newport, Rhode Island, and I'm 15 years old.
It's cool, man. How long have you been skating for?
Well, I've been skating since I was 2, but like seriously, like trying tricks and stuff, maybe about like 4 years.
Nice. Have you done any contests around here?
Well, I do Skate Fest every year in Jamestown. It's like September, start of school, but besides that, not really too much.
No, that's pretty cool. Well, how does this all this skate stuff relate to art to you?
I think skating's like wicked misunderstood these days.
How so?
Well, like whenever someone sees a skater, they just think like skate rats and vandalism and just destruction of property, but like nobody really, skaters just want to skate and have fun.
Yeah, they just want to get the tricks they want, right?
Yep, we make videos now and it's wicked cool. Just try and make ourselves.
Yeah, we've had our own magazines for like years now. It's like, It's not just some little punk rat thing to do. It's
people make a career out of skating and it's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. So how would you like classify skating in like as from someone's perspective that doesn't skate? Like, how do you think they think of it?
I think to classify skateboarding these days, it's a combination of just a lot of different things, and what the average person sees on TV doesn't really give them enough information about it.
Yeah, definitely. I think you have a very good point there.
Yeah.
So Wells, what's like a explanation that you would like people to non-skateboarders to think of skating as?
Well, skateboarding is just a sport, and it takes incredible skill and athletic ability. When skaters perform tricks or anything they want, because there's no coaches or anything, you can just see how much they love it. And when you watch tricks in slow motion or anything, you can just see how amazing it is. And when people that don't skateboard just look at these videos, it's hard for them to think of how do they do that, and it's just amazing.
It definitely is. It's a crazy thing to think about. So like, as in like soccer or basketball, like obviously everyone like looks kind of different if they shoot the ball or hit the ball. Like, as in skating, is it easier to see different styles between skaters?
Yeah, definitely. But sometimes you'll watch people and you'll like one style more than the other, but even how hard you try, it doesn't matter. You can't really like specifically, you can't really hide your style. You can't really copy someone else's.
Yeah.
Even though, no matter how hard you try, it's just like, you can get some different aspects of it, but it's never going to be the same. So every single person will have something different about their skating.
Yeah, and it also like depends on how clean someone lands a trick. Like, they land it with like their toe hanging off or their heel hanging off a lot, and they look all sloppy. Like, in soccer, that would be as if like someone took a shot and hit the post and then went in. Like, skating, like, it's completely different. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Agreed. So going off that, you could definitely say that one style could look more rigid compared to other one, like another person that skates more fluid and like loose and looks like it's easier for them.
Yeah, of course. But when you watch skating in slow-mo, and you can watch two different people do the same exact trick, but it's always going to be different.
Yeah,
even
definitely.
with things such as late flips, you can see people, how they move their feet, it's always going to be different. And it's not even just different styles, and the way everybody does it, it's always going to be an art form.
Yeah, because like you have to do certain things with your body to accomplish what kind of trick you want to do, and like it's like a fluid movement. Like what you do, like the board reacts to. You can see that in slow mo.
It's also the same with if you're taller or you're shorter. It just makes the style look so much more different. Even if you're taller, your legs might go out farther, and if you're shorter, it's just always different. It's always changing. It's so cool.
Nice. So Wells, I understand like going through all this physical craziness skating, you wouldn't want to do it alone. So like, who do you normally skate with?
Well, I skate with like anybody that just is my friend, like you, my friend CJ, Chris, my brother.
Yeah, so just like you kind of grow up skating with them, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Do you feel like there's a more sense of community and like friendships and bonds compared to like other sports?
Yeah, skating's incredible. I've made friends skating that I'm gonna keep my entire life, no matter what happens, and like just the sense of community and everything is just amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Like, and it doesn't even have to be like a skater that's like wicked good. It could be like a kid who kind of skates but like is mostly into like filming or taking pictures, or like some guy that like writes articles for like Thrasher Mag. Like it's even if you're just involved in skating in the smallest way, it's an instant connection. Like no matter what type of person is in the industry, like it's like one of my best friends, Reese. It's like I met him through like filming because he filmed it. And we just hit it off one day. So like it's just like a huge community, and I like just think you tend to agree that once you like meet one person, like it leads to another, right?
Everybody has different friends in the community, and even if the person's like way older than you. I have friends that are 18, 19, 24.
And younger than you too.
Younger, yeah. Like
all because we
9,
enjoy riding this thing.
This thing with wheels.
Well, Wells, where you normally skate on like a daily basis?
I skate Jamestown.
Oh, nice. Want to head over there?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Now I'll talk about the most basic trick, the alley. An ollie's how you get it in the air from the ground. You pop the tail, slide your foot up, and then suck in your knees. The ollie can be used to get on stuff, over stuff, or even down stuff. Since the ollie is the foundation for skateboarding, now you're brought to the next basic trick, the kickflip.
What's a kickflip?
Kickflip is pretty much the same thing as an ollie, but when you pop the tail, you slide your foot to the side, so the board flips. My favorite obstacle to kickflip at the Jamestown Park is the pool gap.
That's an example of a trick being done clean with good style.
With those basic tricks, now you're leading up to everything else in skating. Here's the basic tricks that I do every day.
Yeah.
You can also do different flip tricks by popping off the nose of the board. can also do what we call grinds on different rails and ledges.
Alright, so in our first interview, you said skateboarding will always be an art form. I just wanted to ask you more about that and like talk about how with street skating, when you're out on the street skating, you see like an everyday bench or an everyday stair set, like how skaters look at that differently, and just like it's totally like different like mindset, the way they look at everything, just like to skate. So like as like a painter would have like a canvas to like do whatever they're gonna do with it, like whatever painting they're gonna make, like a bench or a stair or rails, like a skateboarder's canvas. So like, what do you think about that?
Well, everyday people will walk downstairs or like use handrails so they don't fall, and skaters will look at that and think, oh, I could jump these stairs, or oh, I could grind that handrail. And same thing with ledges. People will look at it as like a bench to sit down and eat their food, and then skaters will look at it like, oh, maybe I could get on that and grind it and do different things with it.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, so since we brought up street skating, let's just talk about how skating like evolved from mostly ramps and like empty backyard pools to ride around and stuff. And so how has skating like evolved into like basically 80% of skateboarders out there probably classify themselves as street skaters. So like describe what street skating is like from a skater's perspective.
Well, street skating is skating anything from stairs to rails to ledges, benches, anything that you can find that you can really find a way to skate.
Yeah.
And skating has evolved from draining out pools in random people's backyards to just the gnarliest tricks on the handrails.
Yeah. So like you definitely say that most skaters nowadays are street skaters, I think. Yeah, definitely. Alright, so let's talk about street skating and how some of these places that we find to skate out in public on the streets can sometimes be on someone's private property, like whatever it may be. We find like a nice stair set, a nice rail, or a bench. How do you respond to the fact that that could be like considered a crime in many different ways?
Well, I think of it as it's definitely a crime if you're trespassing, but I think skaters want to skate whatever they want, and they're going to do it whether or not it's trespassing or a crime. So if they want to go up to the owner and be like, is it okay if I skate your stairs or rails or pools, whatever they have, and they say it's okay, then it's not a crime, or it shouldn't be anyway.
Yeah, people kind of look at it as like anyone just walking down the street or driving by, they like think of it as like that we're like kind of out causing trouble, but we're not like out to like hurt anyone or cause any disruption besides the fact of like noise and possibly like our board slipping out. But like we're just like skating. We're not. That's like all we're doing. We're not gonna like mess up anything else that's going on.
There's always but there's always accidents where you might chip one of the stairs or something. But on the small chance that happens, I don't think that's a big possibility. So
yeah, definitely. All right. Aside from street skating, let's talk about some more all-terrain stuff, such as transition skating. Which, to those viewers who don't know what transition is, it's like probably what you see on X Games and stuff like that, like big half pipes back and forth, like any type of ramp that's like a decent height, like anything from bowls, which we call like, they're usually at skate parks, like either like a one big circle of a ramp with like different like hips in it and like bowl corners, anything to just like pump around on, which is like where they got like the idea from when people used to skate drained out pools back in the day. So any type of ramp that you can get some air off, do whatever tricks you want, is transition. So Wells, what do you think about any like the ties between like street skating and like transition? Like, can it like help you, like, can you help yourself like kind of get good at another while like it might help you something else?
yeah, definitely, because when you go up to the coping on certain transitions, there'll be pool coping or just normal coping, which is just the same thing as on handrails.
It's basically like it's not like a little rail on top of the ramp, but it's like embedded in the top of the ramp. Yeah, so continue.
So you can practice any grinds that you need to learn on coping, and then eventually, once you're good at them, you can take them to handrails. And
yeah, you can learn how to ollie into them on a rail.
exactly.
As in like a ramp, you can just go up to the top and do your grind and come back in. Yeah, and I think it definitely gives you more control if you know how to skate like anything, like ramps, rails, like the more type of skating, more forms of skating you can do, it like just helps you out with other stuff. Like that's what I was trying to say before when I like kind of didn't get my words out that good.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, so now that we've kind of discussed like a lot of different aspects about skating, let's get to the topic of like sponsorships for skateboarding and people going semi-pro and pro, and kind of how people earn recognition and like earn sponsorships through skating. How do they work their way up? How can they do that?
Well, first you have to learn all your tricks by starting off with things like ollies and kick flips. And once you get good at those, you can learn other things like grinds and transition. And then you can make videos and do contests, and hopefully you'll get noticed.
Yeah.
And then you'll become sponsored. And then after you skate for companies for a long time, get really good, you'll turn AM, which is right after that, which is amateur, which is right under pro. So you'll be traveling with pros, filming with pros.
Yeah, you're like on the same team.
You're basically the same thing, but you don't get paid as much or even at all sometimes.
They call it like a team when like it's all the people that are sponsored by that company, but it's not really like a team. Like
Yeah.
you go on like trips together and like might go to a jam, like a demo with them, but it's not like a team. Like when there's like a contest, like you're not gonna be judged as like
Yeah,
a team.
exactly.
It's a team is just basically like the word for like everyone that rides for that company.
Just the group.
Yeah, just the crew.
And then after AM, once you ride for a company for so long and they really like you and they think you deserve it, they'll put your name on a board and turn you pro.
Yeah. So videos play a really big part in sending in footage to companies and like getting recognition. Like how many have you filmed any video parts?
Not yet. I'm trying to figure something out, but hopefully by the end of this year I'll have something I can start getting noticed.
Yeah. Well, I think at the end of the day, if you really shred and like kind of like network with people and
Exactly.
meet new people, your skills speak
The
for
more people you
itself.
know, the better off you'll get.
Yeah, it's like sometimes there's like a kid that's like just got like sponsored like the lowest level of sponsorship, just like Flow, which is like below AM and Pro. It's basically you get all the free stuff, like all the skate gear that the AMs and pros get, but you're not like on the team. Like sometimes there'll be kids that are flow for a company and be like better than the AMs, or like or even give the pros a run for their money. It's all about like sometimes there is politics in skating. It's kind of unfortunate, but I mean you just gotta have fun. If you're worried about getting sponsored, like contests all the time, it's not fun. Yeah. So going off that last topic about videos and all that, let's just talk about like the role that filmers and photographers take in skating, and how if it wasn't for them, like some skaters wouldn't be able to market themselves or the companies that they ride for.
Well, first you have to, well, it doesn't even matter if they're really good at filming. You can just have a friend with an iPhone and then send in some videos. But if you have a good filmer, it really helps. Filmers are a major part of skateboarding now, and they have to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because if they don't know what they're doing, they could mess up the clip, and then you basically don't have a clip.
Yeah, like sometimes tricks can take a really long time to land, like
have
up
to be patient.
like sometimes even hours. So if like that filmer isn't prepared or like misses the shot, like that's not okay.
That's not okay.
And then basically we have all our different skate magazines in the skate culture. Thrasher magazine, Trans World Skateboarding, Skateboard Mag, Focus. They're like 4 like really good ones.
Yeah.
And, just like they need good photographers to make those mags.
Exactly.
Like, people to write the articles. So even if you're not like mainly a skater, if you like are still involved in the industry, like it all goes around, comes around. Alright, so Wells, let's talk about how you feel after you've been trying a trick for a wicked long time and you finally land it like perfect. Even if it's not perfect, if you just land it, like how does it feel?
You literally can't even describe it.
Yeah.
It's just like that amazing feeling that like once you land it, you're like, oh, I'm done. I can go home.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes when you're trying to trick for a while, you like want to quit, but you just like can't.
It's just like you're skating and like you don't have to do the trick. Nobody's telling you to do the trick, but you want to do the trick, and that's why it feels so good to land.
Feels sick when you finally ride away. All right, let's talk about when you finally do land that trick. Even if it was quick or if you slammed, like no matter how long it took, like being really picky about how the trick came out or how it looked on camera. Do you ever like to redo stuff, the like way you pictured it in your head before you tried it?
Yeah, I do a lot actually. Like if you picture a trick in your head and you like think of how you're gonna move it, and this is how you want to catch it, this is how you want to land it, and this is exactly how you want to do it, and then you watch how you did it and you don't like it, you can just redo it because there's nothing stopping you from redoing it.
Yeah, and sometimes if it's like kind of crazy trick and your friends like have been watching you like try it and you finally land it and like they're all like happy for you, but and you're like, nah, I want to redo it, and they're like, why? But like
Yeah.
You only understand if you're the one that landed it. Sometimes it like
Doesn't look right.
Yeah. Let's talk about just the overall feeling of skating, like when you're in the zone and you're just hammering out tricks left and right and you're just like having fun and just like want to keep shredding and like just keep going.
I think that's like the ultimate feeling of skating, that once you like get a nice line going and then you just keep landing tricks one after another and like not even thinking like, oh, I'm gonna land this next trick. You just keep landing tricks and it's just the best feeling ever. I don't even know what to compare it to.
It's just like what we go after, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like an addiction to that feeling of landing a trick.
Exactly.
Oh my god! Ha ha!